outside, but starting off this morning, you are in pretty good shape here outside. I do want to look at a couple of different things here overall as we start off this morning. Temperature-wise, we're in the mid-60s here as you look at conditions outside that have been started off at 67 degrees. That's the first time in a while in a couple of weeks that we've started out in the 60s in the city. So we've had a couple of these stretches right now, but 60 in Litchfield, 62 Effingham, a little cooler. You could see where we've had some cloud cover, and that was pretty apparent simply by looking at our current temperatures right now. You can see temps in the 60s here right now. We've warmed up a little bit. You can kind of see where that cloud cover is here at 8:30. This is where we've had some of that cloud cover at the moment. You can see where we had a few showers that kind of worked their way through late yesterday, especially late last night, kind of fell apart. But if you got a little bit of a shower in Alton, that's where that came from. Those clouds fizzled out, pushed to the south, and I think temperatures are going to hold pretty steady the rest of the day. We have seen relatively clear skies. The only cloud cover right now in the region right now is in Sullivan and Rolla. That will push out of the way over the next several hours. You'll see our futurecast as it continues to push off to the south and southwest. We still look at pretty nice conditions here overall. Today's highs overall as we look downtown, temps at the zoo, heading to the zoo. This is a really nice day as you head into the low to mid 80s. I do think we're going to be in pretty good shape. A few clouds around, even at the Chain of Rocks, walking around Tower Grove, 85. Even as we look on the Metro East side, we're looking at temps in the upper 70s in Edwardsville, 79. Granite City at 85 degrees. We're going to continue to look at some other spots around the region as well. 80 in Belleville, Mascoutah, New Athens, 81 degrees. Millstadt at 80. So when we start off as cool as we do, even as we look further off to the southwest, maybe deal with a few more clouds as you hold steady in the low 80s. I think overall things are going to be pretty quiet even as we look in Warren County. Temps at 78 in Warrenton, 81 in Bridgeport, Marthasville at 80 degrees. That is going to be a consistent trend for us here over the next few days as we continue to look at this surge of cooler air, as really the main story for us is the fact that it will be cooler. You'll notice this lots of cooler air that settles in for the most of the United States Sunday, Monday into Tuesday. And that's where I think we're really going to see a big difference here ahead as that cooler weather starts to settle in. What that means for us is the fact that we're going to continue to see the broad area of most of the United States below average. And so what that means for us to start off our morning on Monday is we're going to see temps in the upper 50s and low 60s to start off Monday morning. So yeah, that could be a thing where if not all the kids are back to school and you're back on Monday, you're starting off nice and cool and the afternoon is nice as well. Let's look at Tuesday. I think it's even cooler in some degree as well. Even Wednesday, I think Wednesday is probably our coolest morning next week with a lot of us starting out in the mid 50s, even in the city, low 60s as well. I think a lot of us are even in the city going to be in the 50s. Outside of the city, you'll probably start in the low 50s, all part of that cooler air mass. And yeah, because it's dry, we're going to see temperatures in the afternoon in the mid 70s. You'll see that each afternoon, even into Tuesday as well. There's a lot of cooler air that's going to be in place for us for at least a couple of days. In terms of rainfall chances, they seem pretty low for us overall. And I think that's going to be one thing that we really have to pay attention to because Futurecast this Thursday all the way, if I scan this through Saturday and Sunday, let's look at this for an entire week and think about this for the fact that if I think all the way through Thursday, there is not any rain whatsoever, and you've only got maybe a quarter of an inch or less in many cases when it comes to rain. And I think that's going to be a big story here as we talk about drier conditions through the upper half of the Midwest as we continue to look at conditions that are dry. Now, overall, what you'll notice here is the fact that, yeah, there's not much rain here. And when we talk about impacts from these tropical systems, I do want to look at Hurricane Erin at its current position right now as we look at 105-mile-per-hour wind for our latest 7 o'clock advisory with this storm. And even as we just kind of zoom in and show you and follow along where this is, let's look as it moves to the north-northeast at about 17 miles an hour. Let's follow the current track of this thing here, because even as it is very close to the coast, as I zoom in just a little bit here, you're able to see that, yeah, it's off the coast of Cape Hatteras and the outer edge of that, right? This is where the center of that circulation and wind is going to be. Now, the outer edge of that is still creating a lot of storm surge in specific locations from Cape Hatteras right along the edge there into Norfolk as well. So they're getting the outer band of that, but the general core of this system will continue to push away from us and a large margin. And then, look how far north this tracks. I mean, this becomes Europe's problem at some point, right? So that's going to be the main story for us when you're looking at how we're not going to get much rain. The next 10 days, though, look at this. you're looking at conditions outside over the next 10 days that go from 88 Saturday, 82 Sunday, 79 degrees only, and those 50s in the morning. I don't think we see much of a chance for rain until probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that's where things are going to stay right around the mid-80s. So the next 10 days really tell us not much in the way of rain or 90-degree readings. It is quiet out.